My friend Ari and I spent a day in Ipoh, and it did not go as planned. For starters, we forgot the touch and go card you need in Malaysia to pay tolls, which delayed us a little bit, but we eventually got there. Our first stop was breakfast, where Ari tried to order us kaya toast, eggs, and Ipoh's famous white coffee. The man who was taking our order was like, "That's way too much food for 2 people." But after arguing with him for a little bit, we eventually got our food. Then Ari tried to show me how to get the soft-boiled egg out of its shell, which was a fail. I, however, nailed it despite hardly ever eating eggs. Then we spotted street art and went walking through Concubine Lane, seeing the sights of the city. We were both dying in the heat, so we grabbed a cool drink at an aesthetic cafe. Then we were like, let's go get some more food. So we went to get ramen, but we quickly realized that there were next to no veggie options. So I just had a few different sides instead of like a real meal, which was fine. I wasn't actually that hungry anyway. We had been so busy talking and chatting that we quickly realized the cave temple that we had driven all the way out to see was actually closing soon. So we jumped in the car, rushed out to see it, and realized that while we were in time to actually see the inside of the temple, we did not make it in time to climb up the back of it. Then we were like, oh man, we wanted to go to Mirror Lake. Guess what? That was also closing soon. So we had to rush over to Mirror Lake. The guy was like, oh no, it closes at 6, even though it was 5:30. So we begged and pleaded with him, and he was like, fine, I'll give you 10 minutes. They made us pay full entry price. We went out to the lake. It was absolutely stunning. Highly, highly recommend. And even though he said he would only give us 10 minutes, he actually gave us more like 15 or 20. There it started to rain, so we decided to go ahead and head back to KL. The problem was that when we got to the toll booth, guess who didn't have enough money on their touch and go card? Us. We pressed the intercom button on the toll booth like 500 times, and finally this lady came over and she was like, what do you need? And we were like, we can't get through. And she was like, you don't have enough money on our touch and go card. And we were like, yeah, we know we don't have enough money on our touch and go card. What should we do about it? And she was like, oh, go to lane 3, which would have been cool, except that there were a line of cars in the dark, in the rain, behind us, and a lot of angry drivers. And so we put on our hazards, and they one by one backed up until we finally had enough room to reverse and go to lane 3, where we put money on our touch and go card, and we finally made it back to KL.